The SAFM Breakfast Podcast with Bernie and Emma G is perfect listening for the cruise home. And it pays to cruise with RAA. Don't miss the boat. Visit travel.raa.com.au to book.
Now listen.
Fave Bits, picked by Bernie and Emma G.
How's the energy?
Amazing. It's the SAFM Breakfast Podcast with Bernie and Emma G. VIP with Emma G.
The biggest night in music took place yesterday in LA. The Grammys, Queen Bee taking out that big one finally for Album of the Year.
My girl, Selena.
Your girl Selena, she
Yep.
got Best Pop Album. But what everybody's talking about is Kanye West's wife, Bianca Censori, right? She's from Melbourne. She's known for dressing very raunchy and revealing. Basically, she's been wearing next to nothing for the last couple of years.
Does she like wearing it though?
I'd assume no. And there's a lot of upset from her family and friends that Kanye is controlling her. But I'll get into that in a sec. She has shocked the red carpet once again at the Grammys. Bernish made the mistake of showing you a picture of this yesterday while you were driving our Ice Bernie truck
Yeah, it was
around.
nearly the end of the the truck
road.
trip. Nearly ended before it started. Careful.
It's
Don't
page
do
3 of
those
the
things
paper
to me.
today. Sorry, it just shocked me. I had to
It's a clear.
share it.
She's basically nude. She's wearing a clear, see-through. I don't even know if you call that a dress. It's not a dress.
It's just a sheer piece of material.
She's naked, basically.
Basically, that's right. Even in the paper, they've had to blur out her body parts. So yeah, she just looked totally nude, left nothing to the imagination. But as we just mentioned, her family and friends are very concerned that she has completely gone under Kanye's control, that she's lost her voice. She's not allowed to wear what she wants or say what she wants, and she has to completely do everything that he is controlling her.
not healthy.
That's not healthy whatsoever. So there's some new updates that have come out since yesterday about this stunt. People are calling it a stunt that
Page
Kanye
3 of the
pulled.
paper, by the way, the advertiser, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. A lip reader has analysed
Oh.
their lips on the red carpet to see what they said to each other.
Right.
So she
Interesting.
was apparently wearing a black fur coat on top of this, right, initially. He has said to her, according to these lip readers, make a scene. It'll make so much sense. Drop it, which I assume is the jacket,
On the
behind you, and then turn, I got you.
Oh.
That's what he said to her.
Right. And did she do that?
Yeah, then, well, yeah.
Where
evidently.
is her coat in this? That she just drops it and just that's it.
I don't
with
know,
the coat?
somebody probably
Someone
scuttled
picks it
behind
up.
them and picked it up. But Kanye has now, as a result of this, lost a $20 million deal in Japan.
20 mil.
So he was signed to do 2 shows in Tokyo in May, but a spokesperson has said the investors in Japan who are backing the concerts are extremely upset by this. Japan is having a cultural awakening about women's rights. What he did is being seen as an act of coercive control,
Oh.
which is totally unacceptable.
What is coercive control? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's controlling somebody emotionally, financially. It's abusive behaviour, right? Where it might not be so obvious that it's abuse, and it's all the undertones that we're seeing
Right.
of her just being told to shut up and wear this and having no control or voice.
She
over
looks.
her
You can
life.
read a lot into a picture, but looking at her, she
Yeah.
doesn't look comfortable.
Not at all. Would you be?
No.
She's not
Yeah.
wearing anything.
So I say get out of there,
wow.
gal.
Some
Yeah.
people are comfortable doing that, but she
No.
doesn't.
Not
look-
on a red
He's
carpet.
he's just using her for his own agenda.
So he's using. Yeah, right.
His
Pump
friends,
himself up.
his friends say he's got a exhibitionist voyeuristic kink, and that he's just acting that out through her.
He did look weird himself. He got all black clothing, and then the dark sunglasses as well. And he didn't show any emotion. He was just like a security guard almost for
Yeah.
her, just
That's his thing.
walking behind her and next to her. He's worth over $2 billion. Got a net worth of $2 billion. I didn't
Yeah.
realise that.
Yeah, well, he may be rich, but he's a douchebag.
Oh, oi.
Yeah, but if you or somebody you know needs support, or this chat's maybe brought up anything for you, you can always contact 1-800-RESPECT.
SAFM's Bernie and Emma G. Best mates for breakfast.
On SAFM.
3 young kids at home. We've got Harvey 5, Liv 3, and Charlotte 2. And Charlotte's the easy one. She's just no trouble.
She is so cute, you know. When we had a barbecue together the other
Yep.
day, she took to me. And
Yeah.
we were best friends.
Yeah.
She's so cute and so easygoing.
Easygoing, yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't take to everyone, though, so you're one of the
I feel
lucky ones.
special.
But she doesn't say much. She just sort of goes about her business and follows the other 2 nutcases around, really. But it was 2 days ago. I was out in the main lounge, and we've got a sort of a kids lounge or second lounge just
Right.
down the hall a little bit, and I hear bang, and Harvey come from Harvey. He goes, "Oh no, Dad!" And I'm like,
He's your
"Oh,
5-year-old,
no." And then,
yeah.
And then when he gives the second or third Dad, I know to sort of speed up a bit. He's like, "Dad, Dad!" I'm like, "Oh no, what's? Is everyone okay?" I walk in, and and I actually look at Charlotte to start with, and she's there just looking up at me like
Innocent
like
eyes.
panic.
Oh,
Panic.
no.
She was just like, she didn't know what she'd done. She knew she'd done something really bad. But so I saw a wooden fire truck on the ground, sort of
Okay.
like on its side, and I thought that's been thrown at something. And I scanned the room, and Harvey's like, "There, Dad." He points. And the TV, she'd thrown the wooden fire truck at the TV, and it just like, I don't know if you could picture a piece of glass and a rock's hit it, and it's going and
Yes.
just like splintered through
You
the glass.
sent me a picture, and it looks like the Milky Way.
Yeah, it's not
like
good.
It's actually,
there's
it looks pretty cool. With
What,
the
it's art.
backlit of the TV.
There's a
I'll tell you
crack
what
in
looks
the middle
cooler,
of it.
the TV working. Because now the TV, it'll play the audio, but the screen's just black. And
Oh, no.
It's got the big crack through it now. So I think we'll put that up on the socials too. You can have a look at it.
You
SAFM
put that.
Adelaide.
You install that at Illuminate Adelaide
you
this
reckon?
year. and-
Illuminate?
yeah.
Oh,
Do you
it's a
reckon got a
feature.
place?
Amazing. You should do
Do
it.
you reckon I'd get some
That's a
money
thing.
for the
Yeah,
TV? Well, I was going to
definitely.
throw it on the street.
And so what happened? Did Charlotte say sorry, or did you?
Oh, she didn't really understand, but I was just
Yeah.
like, no, this is naughty. This is no.
It was an
naughty.
accident, right?
Yeah, well,
Well,
What was she doing throwing a fire truck at the TV?
I don't know what happened. Shit, this is really out of character, and
Yeah.
I still think Harvey may have been involved. I still
Likely,
think,
very
and
likely.
It's brilliant if he was, because
Yeah.
he was there and he called out, but he was just like, Charlotte did it. Charlotte did it. He said it. Well,
Too
probably
many
One
times?
too many times.
handed
for-
her the fire truck.
Yeah, you threw it. Remember, you threw it. There's big question marks. I'd love to see a bit of footage of it. We don't have cameras there, but we thought we'd throw to the phones, G. 13 10 60.
Yeah, what's the most expensive thing your kid has broken?
Yeah, because it's new TVs. Well, I'm just actually looking at the Harvey Norman thing in the paper here. TV about $3,000.
Yeah.
$3.5
All right,
grand.
so
Gonna need to
thousands
invest
here.
in a new one.
Can we get like over 10? Like maybe
10?
like 20? Like what
Jeez,
if
what would you have to
if someone
break?
broke and something
Maybe-
that's really expensive?
Maybe it's not even expensive, but sentimental.
Okay.
What's the most valuable
Ooh,
thing that
good
your
call.
kid
I
has
like
broken?
it. Valuable. All right.
Give us a call right now, 13 10 60. I'm sure that Charlotte's not the only
It might have
one.
been Harvey.
Yeah.
Might have been Harvey.
The Automasters text line as well, 0488 52 107. Bernie and Emma G on SAFM.
SAFM's Bernie and Emma G. Best mates for breakfast.
On SAFM.
At the moment, 13 10 60, we're asking, what expensive things have your kids broken? Because Charlotte, my 2-year-old, threw, allegedly it was Charlotte, threw a wooden fire truck at our TV and has cracked it, fully broken it. The screen doesn't even work now. There's a big crack through it, and you can see that on our, we've posted it, SAFM Adelaide, if you want to have a look at it. But she looks a little bit sheepish looking at it when I've tried to get her to point to it, G. But a lot
Yeah.
of text coming through already.
Yeah, Charlotte's not alone in breaking things. Christy's texted through. The biggest upset was my hubby left his Stanley knife out the back, and my 5-year-old at the time sliced all the outdoor chairs, the backs, the heads of my 2 elephant ear plants, and completely lost both plants down to the stump. Devastated.
What?
You know what? She's lucky that's the
Stanley knife.
worst thing that happened with the Stanley knife.
Cut himself.
I know. Belinda, I broke my mum's diamond earrings when I was playing dress ups. She still brings it up to this day.
Yeah, she would. She would. Let's go to the phones now. A lot of them coming through.
Amy in Manopara West, what's the most expensive thing your kid broke?
It was actually me, and I think I probably should have done this anonymously. So when my dad, back in the day, discharged from the army, he got a commemorative pen, and I was obsessed with it. And he said, you can use it, but you can use it at home. So one day I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take it to school. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Dad won't know.
Yep.
And I lost it.
Oh, no.
And to this day, I've never told him.
Oh,
well.
because that was a thing for a while. I remember when I first
Yeah, it
left
was.
school, getting a really good pen was like to use at work was a thing.
Very
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
to get a fancy pen.
Yeah.
Expensive too.
It
Oh,
was.
I'm
yeah.
sure he'll forgive you now,
Yeah.
Amy. Thanks for
Thanks.
sharing.
I really don't think so.
Thanks, Amy from Manopara West. Amy.
Kylie.
Hey guys, so my 3-year-old was sitting in the front seat having lots of fun thinking he was driving the car, and he ripped my gear stick all the way down down and completely twisted my gearbox.
Oh, not the gearbox.
no.
You had to replace it.
That's not cheap.
The whole thing needed to be replaced. I had a Holden Viva at the time, so the whole engine needed to come out to get to the gear. It was a nightmare.
Must be a strong little
That's expensive.
3-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know, just really unlucky, I guess.
Oh, that's costly. That's
Yeah.
more than a TV. Let's go to Christy from Blakeview. Welcome, Christy. What did your kids break that was expensive?
Well, my husband purchased a drone as a shared Christmas present a few years ago.
Yeah.
So, yes, and during the school holidays, they went camping, and see where they go camping, it's just nothing but dirt and, big
Yep.
trees and stuff. And my stepson decides to test out the drone. So they're all standing there watching this drone. It's flying high, and then hard into a tree and then straight to the ground.
Oh, it just
smashed
dropped.
it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that drone's never seen the sky again.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're
no.
expensive too, drones.
Oh, and time for just one more call. Let's go Lucy in Albert Park. What did your kid break?
So when my daughter was about 2, we were at the beach and my daughter threw my brother's car keys into the ocean. It cost him, so it completely broke, and he has some special immobilizer for his V8. So it cost him $3,000 to get that fixed, and then while he waited 3 months for the parts to come in, it cost him another $5,000 to buy a runaround car to get to work.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's hilarious. So what? She just saw the keys just there on the sand or something and thought, I'm just going to chuck these jingly things into the sea.
Oh, well, he thought that it was a great idea for her to play with them, so it's his own fault.
Yeah.
Don't give the kids.
He was
And
asking
keys
for it.
on beaches in sand as well. Just lose them completely. That's not a great mix.
Yeah.
But expensive, that one. I don't think we can
Does that
beat.
make you feel any better, Bern?
$8,000. So it depends what TV I replace it with.
75 inch
cinema.
oven, yeah.
SAFM's Bernie and Emma G. Best mates for breakfast.
On SAFM.
Hey, there's a trend on TikTok at the moment, G. It's great to see. Can I firstly just say it's great to see men getting back to the gym, going to Pilates, yoga, this sort of stuff.
Right, okay.
Because they've
I'm
got to
all
work
for
on their
that.
dad bods and their little beer bellies and stuff like that. It's good to see. Not for everyone. The trend on TikTok, there's been some severe comments. Here's one of them.
I'm going to say something about men in group fitness classes. It's going to piss some people off, but I don't care. I just took a hot yoga class, and there were many guys in the class. Particular man, push-ups before class started, heavy breathing, grunting, slurping his water. It is a quiet, zen, peaceful yoga class. It is 7 a.m. Why must you take up more space than you already naturally do? Why can you be seen and not heard? Demure, cutesy, we get it. You're a man. You don't need to act like that, though. It's annoying, and we all secretly hate you.
Yes.
There's some strong words.
I get this. I get it.
Hang on,
Is that the
just-
grunting?
That's me
Oh.
doing a bit of Pilates.
But I look forward to my yoga classes so much. When you book in a class, you
Yes.
have mentally prepared, psyched yourself for that class, you have booked it in, you've scheduled your plans around that class. It is your time for 60 minutes to just get zen and to focus on you. And then when you go and there's someone making sounds like that,
She's done a hammy.
it just kills it.
Yeah, right. So it does. It annoys you?
Absolutely. I don't mind men being in the class, but if you're going to grunt and thrust, then go get in the weight section of the gym.
Yeah, here's more TikTok feedback.
Not to be dramatic or anything, but if a man is in my Pilates class, my day is automatically ruined. It's over. Canceled.
What, the day's done? There's nothing wrong with a bit of grunting.
Not in Pilates and yoga. That's not what it's about.
But that hurts. We're not as flexible. It's like,
Do you know what? A lot of us girls avoid that section of the gym because we don't want to be near that.
Right.
I don't want to be near the grunting and the gross sweating and the sound effects and the heroes that are lifting weights
Right.
1,000 times heavier than them. I want to go and do a workout in an environment that I
Right.
feel comfortable.
Is there any men in your, because you do yoga?
I do, and I do
Pilates?
reformer
If you can
Pilates.
find a car park, that is. Then you go in. Is there men in there?
Except for that one time I bailed. Absolutely, there are men in there,
And-
but they don't grunt like that. They're
They don't.
respectful of the other people around them.
Okay.
And I get it. If they did, I would stop going to those classes.
Okay.
I have to say, I have avoided one particular guy in my yoga class who I know he breathes really loud.
So there is a grunt. There is?
Yeah, I guess it is kind of like that. And because he sweats so much, he takes off most of his clothes. And he's just in like a little shorts, little
Yeah.
Speedo, like a, what are they called? Little short. Oh, I don't know what they're called,
Yeah.
but he just wears those.
Like
and
European
he sweats
bathing
everywhere.
style.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, good morning
And so-
to him. This
Oh,
morning.
and
He's
his
like,
name?
good on him, but I just make sure I remove myself from
Okay.
his area,
Yeah,
you
right,
know.
yeah.
But
So it's a
I get
thing.
it. It's
Men,
definitely a thing.
All right, less grunting, guys. Less grunting. Go and exercise, but less grunting.
Ben, just don't you join my Pilates class,
I'm
all
coming.
right?
Where do you go again?
SAFM's Bernie and Emma G. Best mates for breakfast.
On SAFM.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it. Ice.
There it is. We're out all over Adelaide yesterday visiting businesses, calling people down, getting workers in the back of our truck, G. Now, in some of the warehouses and workshops, it was getting up towards 50 degrees, which is very hot. And they had those suits on at the panel shop. It was painting cars.
sweltering heat.
Hot.
So we're helping you beat the heat. The truck is refrigerated and we've packed it full of ice cold goodies.
Yep.
We've got deck chairs in the back so you can jump in there and cool off.
Super Dupers. We had the works. So where were some of the businesses we visited?
Well,
Give
we
them a little
started
shout out.
at Prospect and at Maverick Campers and Caravans.
Yep.
Then we dropped by Signs Inc.
Yep.
Headed down to Port Adelaide Collision Repair Centre and Bob Jane T-Mart at Brooklyn Park.
Yes.
But we had some issues when it came to the truck and the navigation and, you know.
There was a lot of issues. We'll get to them in a sec.
Okay,
There's
okay.
a bit of audio getting around of us, which sometimes I was aware, sometimes I wasn't that I was getting filmed. I think that might be illegal. I'll speak to someone out here after. But as a good truckie, G, you need to make sure your truck's ready to go. All right, back there, G.
All good, Ben. You got enough space here to swing the doors wide open. What are you doing?
Checking the tyres.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
truckie always checks his tyres.
And Bern taught me a good truckie always checks the doors. checks the doors and then closes them on me and producer Rach and captures us in there in the cold and dark and pitch black with the doors
Gee,
shut.
the cool air was escaping and it was a hot day, so I thought I'll shut it and just keep some cool
No
air in.
worries.
I didn't realise it was pitch black and they couldn't get out.
Yeah, right.
Which was sort of fun for me in the end when I knew that.
for you, not so much for
Our
us.
first stop was a bit of a late call when we turned in.
136. Must just.
Here it is here.
Oh, that's okay. You can probably pull in here.
Yeah, I will.
You're like Bowser. You can just boof it out the way.
I'm caravan. I looked in here, I was like, what brand's that? And I saw Maverick.
See, there you go. Maybe you can ask them for mates rates.
Yeah.
Directions were a bit of an issue yesterday, so producer H and I did our best to navigate. But you know, we did get a little bit lost.
You were talking the whole time. I was just going about my business. You were yapping away, and I'm like, every now and then I'd have to say, "Where are we going here? We left or right?" You're like, oh yeah, meant to turn back there. I'm like,
We were following the blue dot, but sometimes the blue dot faces the wrong direction.
Oh no.
Okay, and then Vern decided to follow his internal compass instead
Yeah.
of the GPS.
Well, I had to.
And so we got lost down Port Road and
I
we took
had
the
to.
scenic route.
Yeah, we did. And we had a little issue with a low bridge. Oh, there was no issue.
No.
We got under it, but it was
close.
After we got under it,
Yeah.
all
no,
of us
at least
went,
I read the sign. You
Yeah.
guys didn't even see it. Didn't even see it. It was 3.5 metre clearance, and I was like, I think we're about 3.2. Apparently, we're about 3.35. So we just snuck under
missed
it. Anyway, we nearly scalped ourselves. But you took a good video of people in the back of the truck.
Yeah. We're down here at Port Adelaide Collision Repair Centre. We've got about, 15 of us in the back of
20.
this truck. 20. How are we feeling, guys? Nice and cool?
Yeah. I reckon this is the hottest place we have visited so far. The workshop out the back, about 50 degrees. Is that what you told me? Look at this suit. He's in a suit. He's going to the moon. He's in a painter's kit. Hey, we're back out on the road today, so text Ice Bernie and where you work, and we could be visiting you.
Absolutely.
0488 52 107 is the number.
SAFM's Bernie and Emma G.
Best mates for breakfast.
On SAFM.